Belle Lupton's here with me to update us on what's being said online.
I am. And first up, we've got the hacker group Anonymous, which have said overnight on Sunday, they came out and said in a video that is quite like some of the Islamic State videos, there's a man in a mask. We can see in his anonymous mask. His voice has been distorted. He speaks in French and he says, war is declared. He means war against the Islamic State organization. Get prepared. The French people are stronger than you. Anonymous from all over the world will hunt you down. So this is a video that came out overnight. We also have new information that the website Reddit, according to some reports, may have been issued with a gag order by French police. Now, that's in order to halt all the discussions that take place on that particular social network about the Paris shootings and about the state's ongoing response. Now, some people are wondering whether this is an attempt by the French police to stop a sort of unofficial investigation going on online, which of course could be very open to mistakes, interpretation and leaking the sort of information that the police might not want to have out there.
Because, of course, we can't actually always trust what's on the social networks like Twitter and Facebook.
No, absolutely. And that's something that has been picked up in an article by the Washington Post. They focus on one particular photo that surfaced on Friday night, just to highlight the fact that we can't always know whether whether information that's coming out on the ground has been verified by a second or a third source, as a news organisation would do. So the Washington Post looks at this one tweet from a New York-based marketing officer called Heric Bradbury. He used the Twitter account of his alter ego at Prof. Jeff Jarvis, aka Scary PJJ 2016. Now, I mean, already that screams, parody. It doesn't scream like this is going to be necessarily a reliable source. The picture, of course, you can just see on his profile picture is he's wearing a beer funnel baseball cap. So obviously someone you might be thinking maybe can't trust. Anyway, this picture he showed of the Eiffel Tower with its lights off, its usual lights off, in memory of the victims. Now that's not the case, because the Eiffel Tower doesn't normally put its lights on after about midnight. After midnight, half midnight, it doesn't put its lights on every hour as it normally does. So this was a perfectly normal state of events, but obviously this picture spread like wildfire, 30,000 retweets. Why did he do it? Well, Bradbury says, in general, I am fascinated by the way history and fake history spreads on Twitter and the very low bar for spreading a viral meme through a credulous public. So this is really him testing the limits to see what people will believe out there and how a lot of the information that we see can get through when it isn't necessarily real stuff. So the point here really is, how do we tell between what's real, what's absolutely fake and purposefully fake and maliciously fake, and then, of course, what might be an innocent mistake?
Well, tell us more about other fake information out there.
Yeah, so BuzzFeed has compiled a list of 12 social media rumours about the Paris attacks that you should not trust. Among them, a screenshot of what appears to be a prediction on a French site, Jeux Vidéo, that warns, it's dated from the 5th of November, and warns that there will be a multiple attack in Paris that could kill more than 100. But BuzzFeed says, wait a second, because actually this screenshot had been altered. It's been posted by someone else, and the original post said nothing about the attacks. We then have one more, which is Donald Trump's tweet about French gun control. Now, this was replied to by the French ambassador to the US. He then very quickly took down this post, which calls Donald Trump a vulture. The reason he took down this post was because the tweet that he was replying to was actually dated from January. It was a Charlie Hebdo tweet, not one from this weekend.
You've got the story of a lucky escape.
Yes, so this, a ray of light in what was otherwise a really difficult and very tragic weekend. We have the headline here, it was a fight that saved them, according to the Huffington Post. A young couple on the terrace of the Belle Équipe, and they were saved by the fact that they had a fight and stormed off from that terrace. 5 minutes later, the terrorists opened fire. And I have one more picture to show you, which is here, Je suis en terrasse. This is an image that now is circulating on all the social networks. Obviously the same kind of writing as the Je suis Charlie and Je suis Paris, but just saying we will not be cowed into not being on those terraces.
All right, thank you very much indeed.